Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Warmest greetings to my elder brother and all elders in this room. Warmest greetings to the press and Dr. Jammeh and my fellow panelists, including my sisters, Fatoumata and Tambajang and Mr. Stephen. And also the honorable members of political leaders from the Gambia, Honorable my party, also Honorable Halifa Sallah, Joy, and all other protocol observed. I'm starting my speech by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, because I know what I have left in the Gambia and what is likely to happen when I go back to the Gambia. Gambia was a smiling coast, but Gambia today is a weeping coast. Gambia is sad that we are seeing and witnessing a very pathetic situation in our country. We have had Jammeh, who is a public servant. We Gambians have paid our taxes, and it is these taxes that are paying Jammeh and his army. But Jammeh has bought ammunitions. He's financing rebels from every quarter of the country in the African continent, and he is asking the army to kill us. He's continuously saying he's going to kill every dissenting voice, and he's going to bury us 92. If Jammeh swore by the Constitution, the Gambian Constitution, to protect our lives and properties, and the same Jammeh has become a terrorist in the real sense of the word.
Yes.
If you are looking for a terrorist, you come across Jammeh, don't ask who is the terrorist. Jammeh has been a dictator for 21 years. The consequences of dictatorship we have suffered. You look at our economy, Jammeh has squandered our economy. Gambia Central Bank has no more money. We are working on a cash-based economy. Jammeh has squandered the assets, national assets of the country. From Khartoum to Koina, he has owned all the properties, including land that belongs to poor farmers. Jammeh is a businessman. Jammeh is a baker. Jammeh is a butcher. He sells cows, he sells meat. Jammeh has killed the SME industry in our country. The indigenous women who were dependent on horticulture, on vegetables, to feed their families, Jammeh has taken that business. Jammeh is a businessman. Jammeh is the legislature, he's the executive, he's the legislature, and he's the judiciary. There is no independence of the judiciary. Jammeh, Gambia has become a lawless country. And everybody, when you wake up from your bed and you go back at night, you can't sleep. The agency will not knock at your door and pick you up, beat you up, detain you illegally. In the Constitution, you cannot detain somebody more than 72 hours.
Yes.
But there are people who have been there for a year, like Amadou Sani, more than a year. He's now has been in prison. You have the UDP. Ibrahim Solo Sandeng went out, not because he is UDP, but because he's Gambian first. He is Gambian. He wanted to create democracy. He wanted democracy and freedom to happen in Gambia. And because of that, he has lost his life. And losing a life, Gambia is so small that if you kill a chicken, we feel it. Not much to say human life. He has no respect for human rights. He has no respect for human beings. He has no respect for us who have put him in power. I have never voted for Yahya Jammeh, but the majority voted for him. But after voting of Yahya Jammeh into office, Yahya Jammeh should realize he's the head of he's the father of the nation, and he needs to respect us. Yahya Jammeh is introducing tribalism in our country. We have never known tribalism. We and Senegal are brothers and sisters. What we know is respect for human rights. Love, be your brother's keeper. Today, Yahya Jammeh is killing everybody. I am an activist. I will never hide from Yahya Jammeh. Yahya Jammeh knows where to get me at any time. But I am willing to die by the principle of democracy, the principle of freedom for my people, and the principle of living a decent life. The poverty level in the Gambia today is about 80 to 85%. People are humanly deprived from their basic needs. You pay for electricity and you have just 2% of the service. You go to the hospital, you see a doctor, you have to go and buy your medicine. You want some water, you have to wake up at 6 and fill out your jars or your bottles to drink. These are the basic rights. Yahya Jammeh has caused Senegal to close its border. And we are affected more than the men. Women and children, youths are affected. Under very good reasons. And the border, who is the border benefiting? It is benefiting women and youths, but it's benefiting Yahya Jammeh more. Because Yahya Jammeh has been logging from Senegal and selling the wood into China. I know that there may have been some complicity with the area or the constituency where he is getting the log, but he has been doing it. There has been a lot of illegal trade that Yahya Jammeh has been engaged in. Yahya Jammeh has caused people to lose their livelihoods. And this is very serious. So Yahya Jammeh, we the women of the Gambia stood up because we are so small a country that we will not allow our children to continue dying, for our husbands to continue dying, for our family members and friends to continue dying. If you look at Senegal today, you look at the rate of refugees. That's why when your neighbor's house is burning, if you have water, go and put it up. Senegal and Gambia are the same. If we suffer, we will obviously come to Senegal in the sub-region. So many of our children are dying in the diaspora just to find economic needs, basic needs to feed their families. It is within this context or against this background, this pathetic and inhuman background, that the women of Gambia have told are rising. We are facing fears, and that's why the conference I'm attending, the forum here, is very important, with the theme Fading Fears and Rising Resistance. We thank everybody that has made this, OSIWA, West Africa and South Africa, and the coalition, Gambia Coalition to Change, and WASCO, and Article 19, and Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, all those who are here. It makes us feel good that we are in jihad. We are in war with Yahya Jammeh, but we have people who are also helping us. It makes you feel good, and it makes you more focused, and it gives you better courage. So we thank the government of Senegal, we thank the Senegalese population, and we thank our brother, our elder brother, Alhaji Ali Team, and all those who are here to help us. He is, as you say in French, is accompagning us. C'est l'accompagnement qui est très important dans la vie, lorsqu'on est dans le terrain de bataille. We no longer want Yaya Jammeh to govern us. That is the message I'm giving to Yaya Jammeh. Not because I'm in Senegal. I have given him so many of that message when I was on the train. I will be going. I will be meeting maybe the national NIA item in my house or wherever they want to meet, they can meet me. I'm not because of what God has said in the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Tawbah, we need to stand up against injustice. We are saying enough is enough. We have started a revolution, the Calabash and Brew revolution. We have asked Yaya Jammeh, after drinking for 21 years, after eating for 21 years, and after feeding or killing us for 21 years, they should now give the calabash to somebody else to enjoy. We don't want any elections. The Gambian women and the population, we don't want any election with Yaya Jammeh. We are calling on the international community, ECOWAS, African Union, the United Nations that he is now insulting. We are calling on them to take action and to take urgent action because Gambia is in an emergency situation. We want for them to negotiate with Yaya Jammeh to step down. We don't want elections with him. Enough is enough. We are going to continue and let Yaya Jammeh hear this. We are going to continue our revolution. We are continuously going to rise. This forum, the Civil Society Forum, has energized me as a leader, as somebody who has a commitment to my country, to God and to my country. I'm going back with the message that the women must continue to rise against Yaya Jammeh. We will rise, we will revolt, we are ready to go to prisons, we are ready to be tortured, we are ready to be killed, we are ready to be in prison, we are ready to be deprived from everything. But the women are ready. He has used women as a tool. We are now going to use him as a tool. It's either Yaya Jammeh or our lives. We will continue to talk, and we are happy that we are having this type of forum, this type of partnerships to help us. We are rising against Yaya Jammeh. Enough is enough. We are saying to Yaya Jammeh, up democracy, down with his dictatorship. We are telling Yaya Jammeh, enough is enough. We are telling Yaya Jammeh, enough of killing, enough of rape, and enough of torture. And we are asking for the unconditional release of the UDP leader, Hussein Dabo, his militants, and other participants, and other detainees. We are also asking for the unconditional release of all political prisoners in the Gambia, in and outside the Gambia, because he has everywhere to put his evil.